Ladies and gentlemen, happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. We already have a ton of people over here in the chat. This is amazing. I'm so excited that you're here. So excited that you watch this channel, that you watch the videos. It means the world to me. And I would really like to show you something that I just got in the mail. Do you see this amazing bike bell? It is a custom bike bell of a burrito riding a bicycle. And look, the little lever has like a hot chili. Isn't that awesome? One of my followers sent this to me, and he wants to remain nameless. He just did it because he was a nice guy. But if you want to buy one of these bells, the woman's Etsy shop is Cycle Chic, P-S-Y-K-E-L Chic, C-H-I-C. And you can get one of these. I think you can just tell her whatever you want, and she will paint you an amazing bell. Let's see if it works. Oh, yeah. Check it out. So I'm going to wait a few seconds to let this thing load up. Looks like we have a few people in here already. We're so excited that you are here. Yes, Alisa is here, and she's waiting, and I will bring her in a few seconds here. Thank you so much. We have friends from all over the world. Please let us know where you're from all over the world. It's always fun to see where people are tuning in from. We've got Canada. We've got the UK. So that, it's like midnight in the UK right now. Thanks for staying up. And we're going to get this show on the road here pretty soon. It looks like Les just finished LoveCycles, and he's pretty excited about this event. I'm pretty excited too. Duzer is hands down cooler than Matthew McConaughey. I don't know about that, but I thank you, Jake Silverman. Can you hear that laugh in the background? Whose laugh is that? Looking forward to seeing Allie, and I guess Ryan. Yeah, that's true. Allie's the star of the show tonight, so we will bring her in a second here. We got some more Canadians. Where you're all from? We got Charleston, South Carolina. We got the Netherlands. Also, it's probably midnight over there. We got Jeff from Maine, Canada. Lots of Canadians. Alisa and I, we went through Canada. We loved our little stint in Canada. All right. I think it's time. We are a couple minutes after the hour, and you all came for one person. You guys see me all the time. You don't need to see me anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please. Wherever you are around the world, make a little drum roll. Dun, 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 dun. Look who it is.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Production, Ryan.
It just went wild. You just can't hear them.
Hi, everybody. It's so good to see your names and little icons.
Yeah, I wish we could see your faces. Oh, this is so much fun. Alisa, Ali, do you want to give us like a little update? Where are you now? What are you doing? You have a cool new hairstyle.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I am in Portland.
Portland, Maine?
Oh, no, sorry, Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
I moved out here, I guess, like about a year ago now. And I am in my new house that I just bought. And this is my cat, Ella.
Oh, look at Ella.
She probably has a lot to say.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just living the quarantine life. I've got 6 chickens and the cat, and making films. Kimchi.
You making kimchi?
That's what you're supposed to do in quarantine, right? You're like,
yeah, kimchi and sourdough bread.
I'm gluten free, so
oh,
bread
that's right.
is a big thing for me. I made some banana bread.
Oh, banana bread is really good.
Obviously, like getting out on the streets, engaging in the current movement to end systemic racism, and yeah, just trying to keep up with this crazy world right now.
That's awesome. And so you moved to Portland, Oregon. Are you loving it?
Oh yeah, I do. I really love it out here. It is so lush and green. I've got really a fantastic community of friends and fellow filmmakers, and it is, I don't know, yeah, just a good spot for me.
Looks like somebody here, Crystal said, yay chickens. I have 40 chickens. They are very addictive.
Chickens are the best. So my new meditation is I like just sit and stare at my chickens.
Oh, nice.
I'm stressed out or like having a hard day. Just go, they're babies right now.
Go grab a chicken.
You really want to see a chicken?
Can you bring them in the house?
Yeah, they're in my living room.
Oh, they're new. Oh, totally. Go get a chicken, of course. I'll keep everybody busy. Go get a chicken if you feel comfortable with it. All right, sweet. Alisa's going to go get a chicken, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first live YouTube with a live chicken. So how we all doing out there? So the way we'll do this is going to be fun and casual. You can ask us questions over here, and I will highlight them. There's going to be so many, I'm not going to be able to get to them all. And we're just here to have some fun and to spread some smiles and love, just like LoveCycles was. Look at this. Crystal says, oh, look, we're right here. Hug a chicken every day. Chickens, are chickens huggable? Is that something we do with chickens? That's great. We got people from Miami. It looks like we have 196 people in here right now. This is a record for me. We got, oh, look at this. We got Buenos Aires. Que bueno, amigo. Quiero conocer tu país algún día. This is so cool. Who is Alicia from? That's your ex. Yes, that's me. I am her ex. That is correct. We are no longer together, but we are still friends. Hey, Alisa, where's the chicken? People want to see the chicken. Oh, no way. Look at that.
This is Genesis. Genesis is a Rhode Island Red, hopefully a she. We're all hoping it's a she.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got 2 Rhode Island Reds, Mutant and Genesis, and then we've got Scratch and Delilah, and Elvira and Wednesday. And yeah, I don't know, maybe you guys who've watched LoveCycles recall, I grew up with chickens and goats and turkeys and raising all our own food and vegetables. So it's really nice to be back doing that again. I've got like a fig tree and artichokes and a big garden in my backyard. So yeah.
That is so cool.
I'm also in the middle of a city, but I'm kind of just turned my home into a farm.
Well, that's the good thing about Portland is you're kind of allowed to do that, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't have roosters, so that's why I'm hoping they're all hens. One of them is kind of acting. Wednesday might be a rooster. He's like twice the size of everyone. He's got this strutty walk and a big comb, but
like, what's up? I'm gonna be starting to make some noise here pretty soon.
Genesis, he really likes people. They're really friendly little things. Look at the screen. Look at that kid.
Listen to her. Be quiet.
Oh, there he is.
She's chirping. She's chirping.
I think he likes you guys.
So June just said, "Keep Portland weird, baby."
Oh yeah, I'm definitely contributing to that. Okay, any questions for Genesis?
Yeah, do you have a question for Genesis? Does she speak? Can you translate for her?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, good. If there's any questions for Genesis, let us know. Word of advice, maybe not hug a rooster. Could be a bit hazardous to your health. Oh.
Yes, I wear a football helmet if there's a rooster involved. Those things are not to be trusted.
Yeah, I can't imagine. So you're going to bring them outside once they're bigger?
Oh, yeah. They'll be in for another couple weeks. And then, I mean, look at this tiny little baby.
I know. Just okay. So they kind of chirp all day. You can hear them?
What's that? Oh, yeah. It's like having songbirds in your house.
Oh, that's so great.
Uh-huh. They have beautiful little chirps.
We have a question from Sweet Blast. Have you ever had a pet bunny?
I have not. No, I've never had a pet bunny.
Okay.
I've had I had a chipmunk once. It was really more my sister's, but ran over the mom with a lawnmower.
Oh, no.
And then my best friend, Allie Nicholas, and I rescued a squirrel, but the squirrel lived next door, Hobbles, lived in Allie's house and would like sit on your head and stuff. But, you know, Hobbles went back out into the wild eventually because squirrels make horrible pets.
Yeah. Here's a good question, and you kind of touched on it making films. What is your latest film? Can you talk about it?
Oh, I can. Can I put the chicken back first?
Yes, of course. You run and put the chicken back. I'll keep them busy.
Okay.
Bye. So she's been working on a really cool film, and she'll tell you all about it. She sent me the screener of it. It's not live yet, but it is really good, and you're all going to love it. Yeah, let's see what else we have here for. We got some more questions about. Where's the piglet? Yes. May Hobbles rest in peace. Oh, Allie's in here. What's up, Allie Nicholas? How you doing? She's a fellow former Boulderite, now living in Portland, and she's a mama now. Congratulations, Allie. I think I can hear Alisa coming back to the computer maybe soon. All right.
Hi.
Thank you. If there's any more special guests, let us know, and we will put them in here.
Yeah, you never know. It's busy here during quarantine. Yeah, my latest film. So I'm working on a few projects right now. And I have one that is going to be releasing soon. We don't have a date yet, but very soon. We're
excited about this one.
What's that?
I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, Ryan was very helpful, gave us feedback on early versions of the edit, and hopefully hitting picture lock this week. It is about a young Black artist, Annalise Smith, and she is new to the outdoors and decides to take up bike packing. She recruits her best friend and a mentor in Brooklyn Bell. I don't know if you guys saw Brooklyn's Patagonia film that just came out.
I told my audience about Brooklyn Bell on the last live broadcast with Black Girls Do Bikes. So hopefully some of them went and looked her up.
Well, Brooklyn's awesome. And Annalise is too. She's very talented young woman, very talented artist. And so she, has never mountain biked before, never camped before, and decides to learn to bike pack.
Yeah.
And they go on a wild adventure into the Oregon wilderness. And I'm out there for 6 days, just learning all about the nature and, looking for, learning about the adventure parts, but also learning about the healing that's found out there. And she lets Mother Nature be her mentor. And, it's been a really interesting project to work on. And we're all so happy about how the film is coming together, and really excited to share it.
It's going to be big. I'll definitely help promote it for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good question. What the cluck, people, does Ali still ride?
Do I still ride? Yeah, well, for this film that we'll be debuting soon, we went on this bike packing trip, and a lot of that is like you're riding with, it's riding with the team with a camera. Yeah. I also ride for fun sometimes. I get out here in the city. We've got great mountain biking around Portland. Go up to Sandy. I like to get out to the Lewis River Falls area, and like the White Salmon Hood River area. The area that Ryan and I rode through has great. The Pinochet, the Gifford Pinochet, has great riding as well. So
it's so beautiful. That was some of my favorite riding out there.
Oh my God, I love it. I've been planning a trip with some friends to go out and do a little bike packing trip. Allie Nicholas just had a baby, so we're like, what can we do that might be accessible with a kid? Bike packing, gravel grinding. So we're looking at a route up there. Maybe going on the same trails that we went on.
Oh, that'd be awesome. You should go to that food truck that we went to.
Oh, I went there recently.
I don't think the audience knows because it was. Oh, maybe it was in one of the films. But we found this amazing food truck after riding. We were in the middle of nowhere for essentially 2 days, and we popped out right on the Columbia River, and there was this amazing Mexican food truck there, and it was so good.
Yeah, that place is great. They actually have one in Portland.
Yeah.
Portland. But I like the one up there best. I still ride. I still run. I still do all the things. I just don't, I'm back on the side of the camera where probably I belong.
People love you.
The dark side of the camera.
So I think I mentioned it to you, but LoveCycles is still the most watched series on my channel by far. People love it. They talk about how inspired they are by you and by the ride and by the landscapes. And people say all the time, I get emails, I bought a bike and I'm riding with my wife and it's so much fun. So it's cool to see that LoveCycles has a bit of a life after, because usually when you make a YouTube video, people watch it and then it just kind of gets lost. But LoveCycles is definitely, it's held its ground and people are still watching it. It's pretty cool. And I think right now there's a bicycle boom going on in America and all over the world. People are buying bikes like crazy because they're looking for a safe way to social distance and get outside and get exercise, and biking is great for that. And people are online looking for inspiration and they somehow find LoveCycles.
Yeah. Well, those people might be excited to know that I am working on the LoveCycles film.
Dun, 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 dun.
I don't know, was I supposed to share that? Is that top secret information?
Yeah, I'm being played by Matthew McConaughey, right?
Oh yeah, no, that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Who's playing you?
Yo, has someone been sleeping on my edit suite? Tattoo. This isn't a new tattoo. Wait, somebody asked me on the tattoo. I don't know where my camera is. Or this tattoo?
Okay, no, those are.
I don't. Clearly in my right and left thing. No, that's not new. There, that one.
There it is. Now we can see it better.
I don't know. I got that 4 years ago.
Here's a good question. I like this. Ali, being a filmmaker yourself, how did it feel becoming the talent and adjusting to YouTube style filming?
Oh yeah.
In filmmaking.
Great question, Trent. You know, I wouldn't say I'm a private person, but I am a pretty private person. I tend to be much more comfortable asking questions rather than answering them. I'm really good at flipping that. You know, in conversations, I definitely prefer to be the one who's asking the questions. And in general, you know, I'm just really, I'm really weird. I have a different perception of reality than most of the world. And so like, I don't really need to like get into the details of explaining the way that I interpret time or space or relationship or any of this. It's just easier to be on the other side of things. So yeah, it was a big adjustment for me. I don't think I ever felt super comfortable with it, to be honest. I mean, there's just, I don't know. It was hard for me to find a place where I felt like I could be my true, authentic self in front of the lens, which is very different than how I feel behind the lens. Yeah. You know, I feel much more able to be true, be real, be authentic, express things with like the depth and nuance, even if people don't get it. I mean, you know, like I'm sure there's things in like what I write or what I edit or film or whatever that are just for like my own personal sense of peace, but I feel much more comfortable doing that on the other side.
And you're amazing at the other side. I mean, if you guys watch LoveCycles, Ali's the one that conducted 99% of the interviews with people when we were asking for love advice. And even, you know, off camera, like besides this thing, I'll call Alisa and ask her for like help with interviews. She's just, you think on a different level. And it's always good to get your perspective.
Thanks.
You're welcome. There was another question I saw that was really good. Oh, here's this one. Outside of tonight, do you talk and communicate on a regular basis?
Yeah, I mean, I would say we communicate pretty frequently.
It took a little bit of time, but not for the last few months for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the answer to that question is yes.
I mean, more regularly than most ex-boyfriends.
Right on. Oh, shoot. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one too. People are probably talking about the Guatemala film. Is Ali using the 3D filming technology, or is it more conventional? I'm probably talking about the film right now. Is it 3D? Gotcha.
Oh gosh, I really want to do more 3D filming, but if anyone has any projects that they want to hire me for, I'm available. But no, this is a 2D movie. It's just regular flat. The screen is flat.
All right, so we spoke quickly about love advice, and I want to highlight one of the favorite moments I had on here. Let's see, I'm going to share my screen so everybody can see it. We're going to bring up somebody very special, and here we go.
Series is all about. Do you have any love advice that you would like to impart to Ryan and I?
I do. I do, and I don't want to be redundant with some of the other things you've heard because you've gotten a lot of great advice. But what I want to remind you guys is that both of you are beacons of light and love, and that it's great that you're focused on how to keep your bond together, but it's really important, especially in this day and age, for you guys to be able to take that love, that good feeling, that what gets you out of bed in the morning, and take that out into the world. So you've already seen that in action along the way. You've made great relationships with people. And I would say that always treasure the two of you, but remember that you are part of a larger ecosystem, and that we are in time where spreading that love and light that you guys are feeling for each other, spreading that out across the world is super, super important. So don't get isolated on your bike rides.
All right. That was one of my favorite moments in all of LoveCycles. And ladies and gentlemen, here today is joining us Ben Leroy from Madison, Wisconsin. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, everybody.
How you doing, man?
Oh, this is the best surprise. I had no idea.
Allie, she had no idea that Ben was going to jump in here today.
Oh, so good to see you.
Is the audio working?
Can you hear me?
We've got all kinds of weird delay going, so I hope everyone is totally on board with their minds being expanded.
So,
Always.
Ben is one of Alisa's old friends, and he was there at the very beginning of our ride. He took us out to dinner in Portland, Oregon, the first or second night we got there. And immediately I was just like, this guy is amazing. I love him. And then we met him again in Madison, Wisconsin, where he lives. And we've been in touch ever since. And he's one of my favorite people that I met through Allie. And if you're looking for a good guy to follow on Twitter, he's a really good one. He has a lot of just deep and interesting thoughts to say. Ben, how you doing today, bud?
I'm doing good. I don't know if other people are complaining about it, but you might have a lot of echo and reverb going on because I'm getting like 3 audio channels right now.
Oh.
No.
I don't hear it.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to pay attention to the two of you, and I'll ignore all of the chat going on in my head. I love seeing you guys. Hi, Wolf. Hi, Ryan. I love seeing you guys.
Yeah, man.
Makes me very happy.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of people that comment on the video still today, Ben, and your advice is some of the stuff that I think sticks with people the most. And I really appreciate what you said in that moment. And now following you still on Twitter, I'm like, wow, this guy is really he's out there helping the world. And a recent thing you just did on Twitter is you were sending books out to anybody who responded to you. You want to explain exactly what your project was all about?
Well, so it wasn't a project. It was just an afternoon thing where I know that there was a real need and a real desire for people to understand what was going on in the world around them. And there were a lot of people who were suggesting books all over social media. And I realized that especially right now with the uncertainty around, among all of the other things, the market and people are maybe not as quick to spend money on books. And I personally, having a history in the publishing industry, think that books are super important. So I just took it upon myself that if anybody, and this offer still stands, you can find me over on Twitter. If there are books that you want that you think would help you better understand the world around you, then I want to make sure those books get into your hands. So all you have to do is just DM me on Twitter, and I'll take care of ordering the books and getting them to you.
And what is your Twitter handle?
The Ben Leroy.
There it is.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on.
Oh, no. Oh my gosh, he still has the shirt.
Little throwback there. For those of you who haven't recently watched LoveCycles, this shirt was given to Allie when they were west of me, and then Allie gave it to me when they got to Madison. So when Ryan approached me, I thought there is nothing better and on brand that I can do than to get this shirt out. I won't lie, the shirt doesn't get a lot of action in my day-to-day wardrobe. It's my fancy wear for internet discussions, especially around the LoveCycles topic.
I just want to highlight something. Here we go. Jake Silverman says Ben Leroy is an absolute legend.
Jake Silverman is an absolute legend.
That is so awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Allie, do you remember the moment you got that shirt? Do you want to bring people back to why you were given this shirt?
Oh yeah. Okay, so we were camped out. It was on Ragbri, and we were camped out by some water tower in what's it, Denison, Iowa?
It was good memory.
Yeah, Denison, Iowa. Well, I remember that because my godmother's grandfather founded the town or something like that. Anyway, It was in Denison, Iowa, and these young men, I think I approached them looking for a lighter or something. Anyway, they ended up giving me a bunch of incense, and I traded shirts with one of them. I don't remember why.
You just ripped up your other shirt, remember?
Oh yeah, because my other shirt was ripped, and the guy seemed to, the gentleman, was a very kind gentleman, seemed to be concerned that my shirt was falling apart, and so gave me that one. And it was very sweet of him, but eventually I got a shirt that fit me a little bit better. I just thought I thought I would look better on Ben.
It does look good on Ben. I love it.
Yeah, it's
It is solid gold. Man, you have a lot of fans in here, bud.
Also, Ben was part of our adventure. He was part of the LoveCycles. It's the LoveCycles team shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
Ben, I know you have things to do tonight. Can you impart any wisdom on us and the viewers about
I can.
how
But first, I want to give a public service announcement. Since the last time I saw you guys, I had melanoma on the face because I didn't do a good job of wearing sunscreen and hats and everything like that. So I love that all of you are out biking, and you should continue to do that enthusiastically, and you should definitely interact with nature as much as you can. But wear sunscreen. It's really, really important. With mine, it was super, super close to my eye, and so there was all kinds of, if you go to my website, you can see pictures from the surgery, but it was gnarly, and it was a below average experience that I don't recommend for the rest of you. So be sure to wear sunscreen. But as far as advice goes, right now, like when we met, when you guys were riding through, we're living in chaotic times. We are living in even more chaotic times than we were then. But the cool thing is, we're actually existing in a time right now where there is a chance for real transformative evolution as a species. And it's going to require reckoning with a lot of bad things. And we're going to have to confront things internally, externally. But there is an opportunity for serious growth. There is an opportunity for serious change in a positive direction. So I encourage you all, as you go about your days, to commit active mercy wherever you can. Listen to people, take care of people, take care of yourself, be open to the idea of people taking care of you. So commit active mercy, bear active witness, and remember to love, not fear, the world around you. So much of where we are is because fear is being pumped into us. And there are legitimate reasons to be worried. There are legitimate reasons to be paying attention and afraid. But if we are operating from pure fear as our base, we're not going to get the best results that we can. So bottom line, LoveCycles is not just the name of this series, but it is something to take with you everywhere you go. And if you are in Madison, Wisconsin, and you need bike stuff, my friend Mitch, who you guys met, opened up his own bike shop in Madison, Black Saddle Bike Shop. And we would love to have anyone coming in there and listening to music and talking about how cool it is to be on a bike and being out in the world.
Oh, I love your heart, my friend.
Love both of you very much. And what's actually a coincidence is that Ali and I were going to talk today anyway, but then I snuck this in on there. So it all works out in the end. Please, both of you, keep being wonderful human beings. Everyone watching this, keep being wonderful human beings. And I will see you at the next LoveCycles reunion.
That sounds good, my friend. Everybody say goodbye to Ben. Follow him
Bye.
at the Ben Leroy. Ben Leroy. Woo, my man. See you, bud. Look at that. You didn't know that was going to happen, did you?
That was great. Oh, I love seeing Ben's face.
He's one of my favorite people in the world. And I really, his heart is one of the best. So thank you so much.
And he's super smart too. He's got his mind's pretty good too.
Yeah, that's true.
He's also one of my spirit animals.
They work well together, the mind and the heart, and then he's able to articulate it, which is a hard thing to do.
It's super hard.
I didn't prep him on that question. I just said, hey, give us some hope. Boom.
Yeah.
Ready to rock and roll. But you should follow him on Twitter, and his latest project is really awesome. Or project is his latest initiative or whatever. He had this idea on Twitter, and he sent out books to all sorts of people. pretty sweet.
And he's always doing stuff like that. He's just like all generosity and kindness and just, yeah, doing the work.
Doing the work. Okay, so there were some questions over here I wanted to get to, but now they got all jumbled up. When are you going to Baja again?
About my mom. Should we answer that one?
Absolutely, go for it.
Can I don't know how to put the.
Where's the question?
Barry Babe. My mom is doing really well. She also is quarantined on her little farm in Lyons, and just, yeah, she's been getting out, doing lots of backcountry skiing, doing lots of hiking. She went on a giant hike solo hike with her dog, climbed like 2 Rocky Mountain peaks on her 71st birthday. We went to Iceland for her 70th birthday last year, which was amazing.
About that.
Hot springs, and we rode horses, and we camped and saw all the beautiful things and ate some very strange food. Fermented shark meat, that was the highlight. Anyway, so she's doing great. Thank you for asking. She's still like got a 6-pack, and I don't know, she's just continues to amaze me every day. That's the short on my mom.
Do you have a 6-pack, Allie? Is your mom?
Yeah, I inherited the 6-pack.
Okay, yeah. All right, yeah.
I have to sit up, so I gotta work for it.
Yeah. Okay, so there's some questions here that people wrote in beforehand. One of them is, who was the master chef when you were camping? Definitely not me.
Oh, there wasn't really any chefery going on when we were camping.
No, but in general, Alisa's amazing chef.
Yeah, but we didn't really cook. We ate kind of crusty old tortillas with Nutella smothered on them.
Crusty old tortillas because they were corn.
Oh yeah, the corn tortillas do not travel well. You need to heat them up. So yeah, that's a negative on the chefery. But back at the ranch, I would be the master chef for sure. But Ryan's learning to cook. Hummus.
I am. I actually made a video about how to make hummus. It didn't do as well as the LoveCycles videos, but people appreciated that I was putting in an effort to make some food. And I also made peanut butter.
That's amazing.
Yeah. You know how to make peanut butter?
Do I know how to make peanut butter?
Yeah.
You grind up peanuts?
That's it. You just grind up peanuts.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks there's some trick to it, but all you do is grind up peanuts. You can put in a little bit of salt, a little bit of honey.
And peanuts are basically beans, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So it's like you're not in jeopardy of losing your commitment to beans when you're eating peanuts.
Do you want to answer an awkward question here?
Do I want to? Are you asking me?
I guess we both can do it.
With
this? Awkward question of the day. What do you both miss about each other? That is awkward. Let's see. I do miss our discussions. You definitely showed me a side of the world that I hadn't thought about much before. And you definitely challenged me in a lot of ways that I don't get challenged with my other friends a lot. So I do miss that. And I think that's why I've been reaching out more often to get some of your guidance and wisdom. So, and that's the great thing that we are still friends. I miss it, but it's still kind of there in a way. So yeah, I guess I would say that.
Ryan's a really good cuddler.
Yeah.
Right now, I'll tell you, Ella's just not cutting it. So I'm going to say the cuddling. I mean, you're like a master cuddler.
Yeah, well, I've been to the World Championships. I placed 3rd.
Right. So there we go.
That's a lie. Just so some people might think I'm being serious, but I'm not. Okay. So master chef of tortillas, beans, Nutella. That's pretty much what we ate. Yes.
Yeah. I guess it is. Wash hands always. It's a new thing.
Here's kind of like a bike touring question. What did you guys eat other than beans and Nutella on tour? I'm trying to get some more ideas for non-cook touring meals. Maybe you can speak to that. You know a lot about food.
Oh, well, I mean, no cook. You're pretty limited there. Peanut butter is great, and then you can do obviously lots of dried fruits and dried nuts. you can do like an evening oats where you do like your oats and your nuts and whatever else good you want to put in there, dried fruit, and you put it in water. Or if you have some like powdered milk, add that in, and you put it in your jar and you leave it overnight.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I mean, when I'm cold cooking, I do a lot of like cheese, and I'll like mix butter. I'll like put butter on rye breads, little seedy European breads. I don't know what they call them.
Yeah.
Fitness.
In Swedish, it's called knäckebröd.
Knäckebröd. Yeah, meat, salami. You can pre-cook yourself some bacon and potatoes. Depends on how long you're going out for.
What did you eat when you were doing the film production of the bike packing film?
Oh yeah, well we had a Sprinter van and a full kitchen, so we were like making up some meals. It was like, we'd cook up mac and cheese with sausage, and that was like on a laid back night. We made cakes with, it was one of the girls' day, it was her birthday. We made her cakes with fresh custard and whipped cream and berries and fruits, and whiskey sodas, and we made curries. We definitely did proper bacon and eggs every morning.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's what you get when you have a Sprinter van following you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Curious.
It's a little different.
This is a pretty good question here. How long did it take to get back into the swing of everyday life after your huge adventure?
I don't have an everyday life. Do you have an everyday life?
Yeah, I mean, people always ask me, like, what's my day like? I'm like, well, it depends on the day. It's not like I wake up and get ready and go to work and come home at 5. But there is a transitional period after a big adventure, I would say. So mentally, that's the hardest thing to get back into. It's kind of like, you do this amazing thing and you're high the whole time, and you come home and you're like, wow, it's not as exciting as it was on the road. And this goes for any adventure, not just LoveCycles. And it can be hard to, you go after like a post-adventure tiny depression. You miss so much about what you were doing. Maybe it's, oh man, I miss the fireflies in the Midwest, or just little things like that when you get home. And your body is just so used to going, and your mind, and it's sometimes hard to slow that down and just kind of get back into it. What would you say?
Yeah, I definitely go through post-adventure depression. Usually what happens to me is I get back and I'm like, oh my God, it has been 1 week or 1 month or whatever since I did all the 18 million tasks that I need to do. And I go into like some kind of a manic tasking mode and burn myself out on staring at my computer and doing accounting and like cleaning up the mess that my life has become when I abandon it. So then that probably has to do with that depression, because then it's like, oh man, regular life kind of sucks. You get back here just like staring at numbers and computers. Yeah. But yeah, I try to be good to myself. I try to, I have a new rule that for like the first day after an adventure, it's new as of like 2 years ago. It's not new. That's a lie. I have a rule.
Yeah, fair enough.
I go out and I like get a massage, and I'm not allowed to work, and I try to like ease myself back in to life, but it's always hard. Yeah, it's hard coming back from things. And it's not just adventures too, some of my hardest transitions have been from big campaigns that I've run. Yeah. Like when I ran the We the People campaign, I came back from that and I was like borderline, like ready to just quit everything. Like life did not hold anything more for me. I was done. I've gotten to like very dark places after. And the same thing happened. I did this, another like big fundraiser where I was just like going on for a couple of weeks, is raising money for the Sherpa community after the big, disaster on Everest. I think that was 2014, right? And yeah, I just got it was like so much work and so successful, and I got so depressed afterwards. It's like when I get very emotionally invested in things, and I don't know, I'm just like, I think it's part of it. It's like you're doing something and you're doing good in the world, and you feel like you're really like, for me, like I feel like, here I am and I'm doing the work and I'm showing up and I'm creating something positive and I'm bringing something to the world. And then when I stop doing that and I have to like disengage and go back to my life, that's a really hard transition. I think that's harder for me than coming back from the adventures. Coming back from adventures, I'm usually like, yeah, I'll burn myself out a little bit and all. But like a lot of times I'm rejuvenated too. I'm like, oh, like I just like got to bike for 2 months and now I don't know, I'm like in a better mood. But I come back from doing a big, project, like my heart, like, where it's like heart work. And not to say that like adventures aren't hard work, but it's a different kind of work where I'm putting myself out into the community and I'm doing something that is like totally not about me. That can be a hard transition for me. I can get really depressed.
Yeah, well said. So this is an interesting question. I like this one. Let's flip the LoveCycles premise. What advice would you give to couples who are considering an extended bike tour for the first time? Want me to go first, or?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So yeah, we jumped into this right away. We had been together about a month and a half. And I'm guessing most couples, and the person who asked this question, maybe they've been with their partner for years or longer. My advice would be to just, take it easy and try not to have a lot of like really stringent like goals. Like we have to do 70 miles a day or we're not going to get to point B in time. That's just going to stress you out a lot. So if you just kind of go with like, this is going to be an opportunity for us to spend time together and, enjoy Mother Nature and cuddle in a tent. And maybe you sleep in one day because your legs are sore. And I think really that would be my advice. And I'm saying that because on our trip at the beginning, it was hard because I was like, we got to keep going. We got to keep moving. We're never going to get across the country. And we got to edit all these videos. And the point of LoveCycles was to spend time with Alisa, a lot of time. And the first month before I quit editing while on the road, we'd ride our bikes all day. And then I would just be all, worried about editing because I needed to get the next video out because the followers were waiting for it. And that was difficult. And I wish I hadn't done that. So that's my advice. Just go with very loose goals, and just the goal should be to spend time together.
I like that. Yeah, I mean, I would echo that a bit. The Buddhists say the path is the goal. And, unless you're like some sponsored athlete out there, like trying to achieve some kind of a record or something, I mean, like it's really not about making it from A to Z. Like that's ostensibly what it's about. And it's great to have that focus to train or to prep or whatever. But once you get out there, yeah, it's really about the experience and being together and being present with one another. And I think we can get caught up in thinking about all the things that we should do or all the things we're missing. And, maybe like checking our phone or like sharing on social media or whatever, and forget to just be with each other. And yeah, but then you miss it. Then you're not like, if you're always thinking about how am I going to share this adventure, which Ryan and I's situation a little different because, I mean, we were out there making a video about it, which is really, like, Ryan said, it was a really hard challenge. But, in our modern society where there's a lot of expectation around, even if you're not a professional YouTuber, sharing your every minute with everyone. And it's like, I think it's important to step back and be like, why am I doing this? What is it really serving me? Or would I be better off just, taking a couple pictures here and there and like, maybe like writing in my journal at the end of the day or like what have you, and just being very present with the moment. And I think like that kind of is a good thing to bring into all of life. I've been thinking about that a lot lately with this whole quarantine situation where I'm like, man, you want to like do 18 million things and like, engage in this action and like learn how to make banana bread and organize my sock drawer, but also like get all these loan programs and also a new job and whatever the thing. But there's also this incredible, crazy like thing happening right now. There's this change happening in the world, and I'm trying to be really conscious with myself about stepping back and just allowing myself to feel that. And if that means like breaking down in tears just because I'm like talking about it right now, or I walk outside and like look at somebody in a mask and it hits me, the reality of what's going on, or, or tears of joy when I see protesters like walk by my house or like whatever it is. Like there's something to be said for just remembering to allow yourself to feel what's going on around you, and to just not try to put it into words, not try to overcognate it, and just be present with it. And so yeah, that's a big thing for the adventures, and just to be present with each other's needs, because those needs are gonna change. The needs are gonna be really different when you're out there on the trail than they are at home. Yeah. And expect that your partner is going to be someone who's a little bit different. You're going to be seeing a new side of them, and enjoy that and learn from it. Be really curious about it, push into it, and support each other through that. And like, be like, oh, what's this new side of Ryan that's coming out? And like,
he's making hummus. This is weird.
Yeah. Well, even like I was learning a lot about your old YouTuber side, and like what that was like to be with you when you were just totally in that mode.
Yeah.
And that was, that was definitely a thing that, I think I had some resistance to it at first, and it took me some, I had to have some conversations with myself about how I got comfortable with that part of your personality, that part of you, and learn to like, and got comfortable with, just like that, everything that came with it, and could still be present and be myself and be real and be free and like in that environment, and see, and just let you be who you were, right? Mm-hmm. And not try to push you into being any, like into changing that by my discomfort with it or by my adjustment to it. So
yeah, and I really appreciate that about you in the moment, because I knew it wasn't like your default. Some people are like, yay, cameras. You're not yay, cameras at all. So I really appreciate that. And, I'll never forget the day I decided not to edit anymore. So for people who are just tuning in, I made 2 videos a week for LoveCycles, which is a lot of production and a lot of editing. And it was really stressful, but I did it because I wanted to keep the channel engaged, and it was fun, and people were loving it. I love my audience, and it's really fun to be able to share the stories. But the stress of it was just getting to be too much. And if you remember, Alisa, the morning we went out on horses that day in Wyoming, I remember telling them, I was like, I need to be back at noon, so because I need to get a video out. And they're like, yeah, no problem, no problem. We went out and had this amazing day. And, as it's getting like 11, I'm like, oh, I need to get back. And we were really far from the farmhouse. And I was like, I need to get back. And we didn't get back till like 4 or 5. And so, there was no chance that I was going to get a video done. And that was the moment where I'm like, you know what? I am not going to edit anymore, because like, I don't want to take away from these amazing moments we were having. And so that was
didn't come out on that ride.
Yeah, I wasn't even going to come out. That's right.
Yeah. You had too much work to do. I was like, we're on a working cattle ranch in Wyoming. Like, this is a pretty, like, you don't get this opportunity very often to go out and like do a roundup, like chase some real cows around and like, I don't know. It was pretty, I was feeling free is all I'm saying.
Absolutely. And it was an amazing opportunity. And I'm so glad that I did listen to you, and I went out there and just kind of disregarded coming back to get a video done. And from the rest of the trip on, we were still stopping to film all the time, but the not having to edit just was very, very nice. And so I don't think I'll ever do that on a bike trip again.
Also, how about that waterfall? Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh. Yeah. That's one of my favorite moments. I go through and look at the footage every now and then, because I use it for different videos. And when you're swimming in that little canyon and I pull up with the drone, it just looks so dreamy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That place is a dream. I would love to go back. Love to get back there.
You see a question you want me to highlight?
No. Are
you looking at something else?
Well, no, my sister Jessie texted me. She was like, I can't figure out how to ask a question.
Oh, really? She should be able to. Oh, is she on a phone? I don't think you can do it if you're on a phone. If she's on a computer, she can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
I don't know either.
Yeah. If you're on a computer, Jessie, you can do it. Or you can just text Alisa the question right now. So Jessie is who we stayed with in New Paltz, which is your hometown, and was so beautiful and amazing. And a lot of people have watched LoveCycles and said, oh, I live near New Paltz, or I've been to the Wallkill. Is that what it's called? The river. Yeah, that river. And then what's that trestle bridge that we went over?
Oh, yeah. I don't think it has a name.
Rosendale.
The Rosendale Bridge.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, man, that area is so dreamy.
Rail trail. Someone just set an FKT on the rail trail, running, not, yeah.
That's yours. You own that.
I know. I'm like, I gotta go back and like, I bet I could run faster. I don't know what it was, but I'm sure faster.
Speaking of running, are you running much?
Unfortunately, I've been injured since I tried to run across Iceland last year.
Oh, wait, what? Say that again. I don't know if people heard that.
I went to Iceland last June, and I was planning to run across the country from tip to tip, from northernmost point to southernmost point, and I was going to do a solo, unsupported or self-supported mission. So I was carrying a lot of food because you're like going over glaciers and these like crazy volcano desert things. You're out in the middle of nowhere. There's no anything. In fact, to get to the northernmost point, I had to, I ran out of hitchhiking. I was like hitching with, sheep herders and fishermen. And then eventually I just had to walk the last 6 miles to get to the northernmost point. So there's not much out there. So I was carrying a lot of weight and I injured myself. I actually injured myself training for it. I went for a 28-mile run during like a very hard freeze at night. It was really dumb. I pulled my hamstring and I kind of knew I might not be able to make it the 350 miles across Iceland, but I went and did it anyway because I needed the healing space. Ended up kind of dragging myself 24 miles out and had to hitch a ride out after recovering in some hot springs. But hitchhiking in Iceland is awesome. Icelanders are just the best people. They're so friendly and helpful and generous. All the rides that I got, half of them would take me to some special hot spring or site or that they wanted me to see. They're awesome. I highly recommend it. It felt like a very safe place to be.
There might be some Icelanders in there, and actually one of our YouTube viewers helped you out with some organization, right?
That's right. Yeah, Andre, he was awesome and met up with me and gave me a ride to the bus station. Yeah, held on to my stuff while I was out on the trail. And yeah, he was great. Iceland, highly recommended. I am going to go back and try for that FKT. But
so most people probably don't know what FKT stands for. What is that?
Oh, it's when you try to do something the fastest anyone's ever done it. So I wanted to, it's kind of silly, but you get the record for going from the northernmost tip to the southernmost tip as fastest. The most fast.
Fastest known time.
Oh, fastest known time. That's what it stands for. Yeah.
Right on. So there was a question earlier, and it's way too far. I can't highlight it, but was there any advice that you did not take? And so I want to play something here really quickly, and it's not advice that we didn't take, but it is just very funny advice. So give me a second here, and I'm going to load this up here, and we're gonna go to this right here and listen to our buddy.
That is about right.
What kind of love advice do you think she'd give us?
She'd probably get real serious and tell you to drink heavily and hump a lot.
So
this kind of got to be a team effort.
Yeah. So that's our buddy Sarge, and his advice was to drink heavily and hump a lot.
I don't think we ever got drunk together.
Well, I don't drink alcohol is the problem. Yeah. So that's why I did not take that advice. I'm sure if I drank alcohol, we definitely would have done that.
Sorry, Sarge. Respect.
Actually, I don't think it was his advice. It was his wife's advice. You asked him, what do you think she would say to us?
I think it was his advice, too. He said they would be in agreement on that.
Okay, gotcha.
Gosh, yeah, but didn't take that advice. I don't know. All the advice, I feel we give advice. What do you give advice because you kind of need to take it, right? It's this is a thing I had to learn. Well, we were getting great advice every day, and it was I'm going to try. I'm going to try to think about compromise. I'm going to try to think about being nice to him, but that doesn't mean you're going to do it perfectly. It's a lot. Compromise takes a long time to learn that. So I would say that, I think one of the things we talked about is how the love advice always seemed to come at the perfect time, and we would get this advice and be like, because it was hard. I mean, you know, we fought plenty. There was lots of times we weren't getting along.
We wrestled in fields. Just kidding, we didn't do that.
Then I would have won.
That probably would have worked.
Yeah, we should try that.
Wrestle it out.
Yeah. Next time.
Yeah.
That's a love advice for all you guys when you go out. When in doubt, wrestle it out.
Wrestle it out. I like it.
Yeah, so I think we did our best to take all the love advice, except for Sarge's, and did it and took it really imperfectly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But carried it forward, and we'll keep on working on all of it. Thank you.
And what's really cool is people watch it still and they say, hey, the love advice really helped me with my relationship. And even when we were on the ride, we got some messages from girlfriends and boyfriends who said, we're watching this together and we're learning a lot together. So it wasn't just for us. We were there, the ones like getting it in person, but it's really cool to be able to share it with the world. And I think that is one of the beauties of YouTube. It lives on forever. LoveCycles is still the most popular show on my channel. And I think the love advice had a big part of that, played a big role in that.
Yeah, I learned a lot for sure.
Yeah. I have another question for you, Ali. We filmed a lot. Were there any moments that we didn't capture that you wish we would have captured? Or maybe like just a fun moment we had that you're glad we didn't capture?
Oh boy. That's a tough one. I mean, like, it's hard because I feel like we did a really good job of capturing how fun it was. Yeah. I mean, you know, during the beautiful times, like the camera was out. And again, that was like one of the things I had to adjust to is like, man, like normal times I would be just like being present with my person and enjoying this. And like, it was hard for me to figure out like, how do I be present with this gorgeous sunset when we're filming it, or with this kiss, you know, where I'm like, we're at the top of a pass and I'm like, honey, I just wanted to kiss me. And it's like, the camera has to come out first to film the kiss. Yeah. You know, and it's like, and then it has to be like a peck because like, we're not going to make out and like, let you guys see all the tongue action. You know? So it was it's a family affair.
Family show for sure.
So, you know, I will say, and this is just me because this is me. I am very interested in the sticky parts of life and the parts where it gets hard. I feel like there were times when we were struggling that you guys didn't get to see that I wish you could have, because it would have given more. It would have given a more accurate view of what was going on. I mean, you guys saw the beauty. You saw us like excited and having a great time, and that was totally true, right? Like it was fucking amazing. It was, you know, in some of the best couple of months of my life, just like being out there with someone I love, like biking like all day, every day, and like seeing our country in this really like just such a special way. I wish everyone could do that, like have that time and be able to move in that way. But there's a fight that we had in Portland actually, where Ryan told me there's the airport if you want to go. It's like, we like had been on the road for 2 days, you know?
Yeah. And
it was really tense. And I was like, you know, this should be on the show. This right here, like this is how it really goes down when you're on a bike packing trip with your very new boyfriend.
Well, yeah, and the tricky thing is, like, it would be if we had a camera person with us, then those moments would have been captured.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's hard to. I don't know why it's harder to get the bad moments than the good moments, but it is. Maybe it's out of like,
you're not thinking about it.
Yeah, you're not thinking about it, or it's respect for the moment. Like, hey, cameras are off. Let's just do this, you and me. I don't know. It's tricky. So next time we'll have a camera person.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate what you said there. That makes a lot of sense. And I think from what we started with the LoveCycles film, more of that story will be in there, correct?
Yeah, I think so. I think you guys are definitely going to see a whole side of the trip that you didn't see before, and, you know, get some new perspectives on it. I think especially if you watch the whole series, there will be a lot in there for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about one of the moments that I love that we didn't film is when we went to a drive-in movie theater in Davenport, Iowa. Remember that?
We didn't get
No, we didn't film it. No, I put the cameras down. I was like, let's just have fun. It was the last day of Ragbri, remember?
Oh, that was my Master Chefery was out. Remember that? The Oreo sundae I made you?
It was Oreo nachos.
Oreo nachos, that's right. Oreo nachos, yeah.
So let me paint the picture. So it's the last day of Ragbri. You know, we've just had the time of our life with all of our friends. Everybody's gone. And we're camping along the Mississippi River. And we go to dinner at an Indian place, like at a restaurant. And we're sitting there. What can we do tonight? We're in a city. And we had ridden past a drive-in movie theater earlier in the day on the Ragbri route. And I was like, maybe we should see if they're playing a movie tonight. And we can get in an Uber or something and go out there. And that was one of our goals. We had like this unofficial list of things we wanted to check off, like county fair and all sorts of other fun things. But like drive-in movie theater is like the most Americana, beautiful summer thing you can do. And there aren't many left. So we took an Uber. We left our bikes and our tent in like a city park. Remember that? And we took an Uber to this drive-in movie theater. And it was so cool. We watched a James Bond movie, and Alisa went off to the snack shop and came back with Oreo nachos. It was the coolest surprise of my life. Do you want to explain to the viewers exactly what that entails?
I mean, you can probably imagine. Soft serve ice cream, and then that's like the cheese, you know, and then the Oreos or the chips.
It was so cool.
It was pretty amazing.
Yeah. And of course we were at a drive-in theater, so everybody had cars, and we walked up and they're like, no problem. You can rent chairs. You could rent a little like boombox so you can listen to it. And we had this like cozy little night watching a James Bond movie, which we didn't even really care about seeing. It was just a fun moment.
Yeah. Our speaker didn't work very well. I think we didn't hear most of it.
Yeah, we didn't hear much, but it was all right. Yeah. All right. So we've been on for about an hour. I don't want to take your time. Because I know you have lots of things to do, but maybe we can finish this up in the next 5 to 10 minutes or something. We can answer a couple questions from you people. Thank you all so much for joining us. This has been a lot of fun, and I appreciate your questions. So if you want to throw us out some other, here's one. Here's a good one. Where will we see the LoveCycles film? At that drive-in movie theater in Davenport, Iowa.
That's a new way to watch films.
It is. Boulder's going to have one this summer.
Are they?
Yeah, at the airport, the municipal airport.
Don't know yet. We will be submitting it to film festivals. It'll be on Ryan's YouTube. You know, if you subscribe to his channel, you'll know. You will know, yeah. And Alisa's doing a great job with it. It's gonna be beautiful. It's not a vlog like on YouTube. YouTube, my videos, I know you all love them and they're fun, but they're fairly simple. Making a film is extremely hard work to weave in a whole story, a 3-month adventure into, how long is it going to be? Maybe 20 minutes, maybe. It'll be as long as it needs to be, but yeah, 20 minutes. Yeah. I mean, I'm going through like 80 hours of footage right now, people. Oh, wow. There's a lot of other like stuff going on, storyboarding and stuff. We filmed a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of footage. 80 hours. And there's a lot of drone footage and yeah, but it's gonna be great. It is gonna be great, and we'll probably see each other in real life to present it at some film festival. I don't know if that'd be cool. It's not just like all on Zoom. Well, someday we'll be real life again. We can hang out in real life. That'd be great. All right. Well, I'm not seeing a whole lot of like new questions over here, so maybe we can just say our goodbyes to people. How do you feel about that? Sounds good. All right. So thank you all seriously so much for watching this right now, for interacting, for watching LoveCycles, for watching my channel. I can't thank you enough for being part of it. It is such a privilege to be able to do what I do and share these things with you. It makes me very happy. You can see the big smile on my face. It's not only because I'm talking with Ali again, which makes me very, very happy, but it's because we're all part of this weird social network YouTube world, and you're part of the family, and I appreciate it, everybody. So thank you all so much.
You want
Thank you guys. Wonderful to see you and chat with you. And thanks for all your questions and showing up. And yeah, be safe out there.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.